way we tell American history is somehow people have this idea that it's either good or it's bad. But what it really is the story of human beings, and human beings making sometimes good choices and sometimes bad choices. And that, to me, like, if you're telling the story of somebody making bad choices, that's not necessarily a good or a bad story about America. It's a really human story of somebody who's trying to do the right thing because, you know, I mean, who gets out of bed in the morning and says, well, today I'm going to be a jerk? I mean, some people do, but, you know, I'm not teaching a course on serial killers. I'm teaching a course on, you know, politicians or homesteaders or whatever. And how do they see their world? And that story of people making good choices or bad choices, and the knife edge they stand on when they make those choices, is enormously human. So, you know, I just read something last night about the soldiers from the Massachusetts 54th. And the story was not really about the fact they were Black soldiers. That was very important to the story. But the story was about the fact that they had unbelievable courage to do something that was the right thing to do when there wasn't going to be a payoff. And there might not ever be a payoff. And that's something that people who didn't think they cared about Black soldiers at all really cared a lot about. And that's, I think, hearing that resonance when we talk about any kind of history is, you know, is the thing that bridges all divides in this country and in the way we tell our stories.
There's so much of a danger in this narrative of exceptionalism, because it really should, I think it should scare most people, that you think that the history of your country is only things being good, that we've only ever done good things, and that anything bad comes from somewhere else. And when I look at the Trump presidency, what I see is a person, I mean, his Make America Great Again taps into that. And what's the source of every problem? It's not objective conditions. It's always someone else. And that only works if you believe that you were special, you were supposed to be treated better than everyone else. And if you're not, there's somebody to blame. Point the finger at them. And I feel like I just want to know how we could do a better job of stopping that before it gets to that point.